Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakah Kodash. I want to give double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone, who rule well, and salutations and much love to the rest of you sincere Aki and pushing the word in truth and sincerity. This is the cleric Azara coming at you with another lesson. I am continuing in my lot to bring you my ongoing series from excerpts of Hollywood, This Factory of Perverseness, another observation of predictive programming and how art imitates life and vice versa. Just a reminder, the purpose of my videos is to show correlations. A correlation is an observation of a mutual relationship or connection between two or more things. I use movies to extract or extrapolate a narrative. I'm not glorifying the Hollywood culture or life. I have a wide knowledge of films, whether they be foreign or domestic, and I just use them as an example to bring out similarities in those correlations. To quote Cecil B. DeMille, the greatest source of material for motion pictures is the Bible. I call this lesson, What If the Particle Accelerator is Linked in with the MOTB? Okay, I'm going to go in on this one. This may go over a lot of people's heads, but it's not going to make sense only if this happens. Okay, the image I have on display is from a franchise of films that I've watched in my past. Of course, being this truth, I reflected on this particular series. Okay, the first film, released on January 18th, 2008, is titled Cloverfield. The second film, released on March 8th, 2016, titled 10 Cloverfield Lane. The third film, February 4th, 2018, titled The Cloverfield Paradox. First one directed by Matt Reeves. Second one directed by Dan Trachtenberg. The third one directed by Julius Ona. Okay, basically, in the first film, setting up the franchise in Cloverfield, you had a Leviathan, or a behemoth, a monster, okay, that was attacking the city of New York. Okay, and they didn't really understand where this thing came from. In 10 Cloverfield Lane, you had these people that were living underground in a bomb bunker, and once they had gotten out, or one of the main characters had gotten out, they had seen chariots in the sky, and basically aliens and so forth. In the third film, which is the most important one to watch, it's for free, and you can watch it on Netflix if it's still on there. It's the Cloverfield Paradox, where this particular space station has what is called a particle accelerator on it. Okay, now this is where it gets a little tricky, but stick with me on this one. A particle accelerator is real, all right? It generates beams and so forth, and it generates certain energy fields, and it can also basically tap into certain energies that are not of this dimension. Okay, so basically in the film, The Cloverfield Paradox, is 2028 and the Earth is suffering from a global energy crisis. Okay, let me read that to you again. At 2028, the Earth is suffering from a global energy crisis. The space agency of the world prepared to test the Shepard particle accelerator aboard the orbiting Cloverfield station, which would provide Earth with infinite energy, while conspiracy theorists fear it will create the Cloverfield paradox, opening portals to parallel universes, allowing the horrors to threaten Earth. So basically, this is what happens in this film. They turn on the particle accelerator and Earth disappears. They can't find Earth whatsoever from the view of the space station. Okay, they do something to turn the power back on, and Earth comes back, but it's in a different parallel universe. Okay, if I haven't said so already, it's a spoiler alert. Okay, you got to see all three of these films for this to make sense. Okay, now the particular horror that they're speaking of, as you can already, I've said in the previous synopsis of the previous films, you had that Leviathan in the first one, and then the chariots in the second one. In the third one, they show you how this all came to be by them playing with this particle accelerator. And I've had a friend of mine that's not in the truth that over the years kept on telling me about this particle accelerator. Now, as of today, they're testing a particle accelerator, and I just happened to be, it was just a spirit that they're going to start testing these the Large Hadron Collider, start delivering proton collisions to experiments, and this time it's at unprecedented energy levels. Okay, and basically, and they've had over the years, they've done a lot of upgrades and maintenance work, and they're ready to announce this stable beam that they're trying to do, and they're trying to run around the clock for the past 4 years to record this particular energy of electron volts, providing greater precision and discovery potential than ever before. But basically, I was just thinking, what if Esau has a way of actually tearing into a different dimension, okay, or even the same space where the dinosaurs were placed, okay? Because if you got to find Elder Apostle Ramlad's video talking about how there's a good possibility that the Most High didn't extinguish the dinosaurs. He basically placed them in a particular realm, or there for them to be used at another time. Now, what I'm getting to is basically, if we're going to be entering a time that's not since the beginning of the world, as pertaining to Matthew chapter 24, verse 21. Let me go ahead and bring that out. Matthew chapter 24, verse 21 reads, "And then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time." Okay, now, bring that out. If you know that if dinosaurs were on this planet at one point in time, okay, and if you're familiar with the Jurassic Park series, there was a particular time in Jurassic World Dominion where the dinosaurs were let loose, and they basically got to be around the whole entire planet, okay? And let's just say that Esau finds a way to tear into that dimension. It's ultimately the Most High that's going to allow him to do that, all right? And that's when a good possibility that Leviathan will come, as well as the Leviathan can already be in this particular universe, but he can use this as an excuse to bring the other dinosaurs through as well, okay? Now, this is when the MOT comes in. And if you don't believe the dinosaurs exist, you can just go into the book of Job, chapter 40, and it goes into the description of them, okay? But if you read Revelations 13, verse 16, he says, "And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads." Now, if you're familiar with the Kaiju Monsterverse, specifically, I want to say King of Monsters, Godzilla, King of Monsters, one of those scientists were playing with the frequency of the kaiju or the monsters so that they wouldn't attack, or they would attack, and so forth. And Salakia, basically, I was thinking that maybe with the MOTB, just like in Bird Box, how if you just didn't look at the spirits, they wouldn't attack you. But if you directly looked at them, they would. The same thing with those other movies like The Quiet Place or The Silence. It was like you either had to you had to be in a certain mind state for these beings to attack you. Okay, same thing with this particular scenario with Cloverfield, the Cloverfield franchise. Let's say the MOTB, you'd have to get the MOTB so that the dinosaurs don't attack you. You know, you can live all throughout life. You don't have to worry about being eaten by a Tyrannosaurus Rex or being chased down by a raptor. Okay, and this can be a little far-fetched, but I just want to put out this video just for that particular standpoint. All right, and this also shows you why you don't need the MOTB, all right, because the scriptures also speak about us being at peace with the beasts of the field. I'm going to end it on this, because I always like to end my videos on a good note with some type of silver lining, and there is light at the end of the tunnel. So in other words, there is a happy ending, okay? When you go back to Matthew chapter 24, verse 21, talked about "For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be." Verse 22, "And except those days be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days will be shortened." Now, can you imagine martial law troops, dinosaurs, behemoths, leviathans, and just the time like no other, all right, that this world has ever been up to this time, okay? Check this out. When you look into the book of Job, chapter 5, verse 23, it reads, "For thou shalt be in league with the stones of the field, and the beasts of the field shall be at peace with thee." You see that? So the Most High is going to put on the spirit of some of these beasts, including these dinosaurs, including the Leviathan, to not kill or hurt the members of the elect. Okay? And so for the people that are, most likely the 2/3 and the heathen nations, they're going to be getting tore up by these dinosaurs, leviathans, and behemoths, and monsters and spirits that are let through if this particle accelerator is designed to do what Esau plans for it to do. Because it could be an accident, but it ultimately could be the Most High that could be directing Esau to have this this crisis, okay? And this also could lead to the MOTB, because it's going to get to a certain point where all the people of the planet Earth, minus the elect, of course, will want this MOTB, so they get something to eat, and one, they won't be eaten. Okay, I just had to throw that out. I was just thinking of what my this guy in the world was telling me, and then I had to put 2 and 2 together, and I was like, you know what? I was like, what if the MOTB was actually linked in with this particle accelerator to the point where it's linked into that particular frequency, so that the beasts of the field wouldn't see the people, so they wouldn't see them as food. They can just pass on. Okay. They also show you that in the movie what's the Brad Pitt film? World War Z. Remember how in World War Z, how he got that particular virus inside his body, so that the zombies would just go past him and they wouldn't attack him? Same thing. That's what the MOTB might be for. And besides, buying and selling, but also be so you won't be eaten by a dinosaur. Okay, I hope I didn't go far left with this, and I hope somebody was edified by it, and maybe they'll think about it. But I had to put this out here before it actually happened. Okay, well, I just wanted to share that. A little more. This lesson was edifying. Slack it, my voice is still getting his strength back for being sick for the past 2 weeks. But I want to give all praise to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, who gives me the strength and the spirit to continue to strive and endure in these last days. Shalom to the hopeful elect, and on to the next video.